Good morning, everyone. My name is Laura Angelon. I am the community manager for PROMACOR Lingerie FranÃ. First of all, thank you for being here today, even though, of course, we would have preferred to meet with you in person. But we're very excited to meet with you today to share the Lingerie FranÃ Rendez-Vous short film. So I suggest that we proceed as follows. First of all, the president of PROMACOR Lingerie FranÃ, Alain de Rodelec, will briefly introduce our Rendez-Vous project. Then Pascal Renaud, stylist and creative director of the film, will share insights about this beautiful artistic performance. And finally, the bouquet final, like we say in French. We will watch together this 8-minute short film, followed by a discussion with the lingerie brand representatives who are with us today. All right, so speaking of, we have the pleasure to welcome Arnold Perisonius, Export Director at Louisa Bracq, Xavier Martin, Sales Director at Aubade, Josiane Le Duron, Vice President, Sales and Marketing at Empreinte North America, and Sandra Jones, Director North America, Lise Charmel. So, I am first turning to Alain de Rodelec. Alain, could you please tell us more about PROMACOR and about the Rendez-Vous project?
Hi everyone, French lingerie lovers from New York City and all America. Thank you for joining us today for our rendezvous. I'm extremely happy to meet you again, even if we would have all obviously preferred to vibrate together during a show and drink a glass of champagne in the heart of Paris. The purpose of PROMACOR, as you know, is to promote internationally its 10 prestigious member brands, namely Antigel, Aubade, Chantelle, Empreinte, Passionata, Lise Charmel, Louisa Bracq, Maison Lejaby, and Simone PÁ. Indeed, we had initially planned to create a new original show following successful Lingerie Mon Amour and Lingerie Rocks some years ago. Obviously, the health crisis has shaken up our plans. We had to, like everyone else, find new inspiration and digitize our ideas. Therefore, with the Yo Luxury event team and the brands, we created this rendezvous in the form of a creative film, creative performance, a real artistic digital performance, conveying and enhancing the values of French lingerie, which are the ultimate fit, self-confidence, sustainable respect, and high French creation. Why rendezvous? A rendezvous is exciting and has something mysterious, a bit like a date. Rendezvous is a word appreciated and understood everywhere in the world. Rendezvous, but where, when? I leave you the surprise. I'm happy to present this film Rendezvous, produced with the help of DEFI, Committee for Development and Promotion of French Clothing Industry. This film is leveraging talents orchestrated by the YOL agency, known for its events in the luxury universe, Karl Lagerfeld, Celine, Givenchy, Fendi, and others. Together with our PROMACOR team and Pascal Renaud, the artistic director, to whom I pass the word.
Thank you, Alain, and bonjour à tous. For me, I would say that Rendezvous is a meeting. It's a meeting with the lingerie, and beyond this, a photography of the society. Because, as you all know, lingerie has always been a kind of social cultural projection of a time. So, if in the film we celebrate, of course, the great savoir-faire of the French lingerie and some fashion trends, we celebrate also a committed industry as well as women. And women in all their diversity, whatever their age, whatever their cup size bra, whatever their skin color, or whatever their sexual crush. Because as you will see, Rendez-Vous is also a meeting with 10 amazing girls. And in the film, we follow each of them very closely for a singular trip in the French lingerie world. So now, is it because of the mobility of the successive lockdown? But with this project, we really wanted to go out of the box. Reason why in the film, and on a very high tempo, I must say, we pass from reality to another art dimension. And this was also, I think, a way to translate a French lingerie always in movement, always in research, a French lingerie full of positivity, full of energy, and full of creativity. Alors, as would said the singer, the Belgian singer Stromae, on danse in the film Rendez-Vous. Because at the end, as you said, Alain, Rendez-Vous is a digital performance mixing art, lingerie, and dance. So I hope you will enjoy it.
Bravo, bravo. All right, so I hope that you enjoyed watching this film as much as we did making it. Please do not hesitate to share your reactions and ask questions on the chat so our speakers can address them later. Alain and Pascal, I have another question for you. So this film, which connects the reality and imaginary universes of these Parisian women, is an invitation to discover Lingerie FranÄ's goals and values across the globe. Can you please tell us more about these values?
Yeah, sure. And this is extremely important to us and to our brands and industry. Our values are clearly a permanent praise of femininity. Everything starts with what we call the ultimate fit, which reflects our corsetry know-how, setting the international standard of quality and comfort. The ultimate fit is the one that meets the expectation of all women, of all body types, all ages, and all times of life, bringing its contribution to inclusiveness. From small to large G and H cup, it participates in all moments of life, daily, sporting, dating, outing, etc. Pascal, would you translate that in real life?
Absolutely, Alain. Whatever their morphology, all women deserve a perfect fit. And as you said, behind the French brands, there is a real patrimony and savoir-faire background, which make all the difference when you wear the product. So this expertise and heritage, we translate it in the film through a contemporary body language, Reason why our dancer Aise appears a little bit as a living sculpture. While dancing, she moves from the corset to the crinoline and from the Victorian tournure to the first elastic bra of the early 60s. And this step back in time performance illustrates all this great evolution which marked the history of lingerie and which, step by step, contributed to liberate the body of women. And this liberation is even more true now, because today women feel much more confident, and the French lingerie helps them to feel that way. Don't you think so, Alain?
Yeah, certainly. And what's even more important is our second value, which is self-confidence. Lingerie is by essence, as we understand, an accessory of self-confidence. The pleasure of feeling good and beautiful for oneself. Corsetry generates well-being, synonymous with seduction. And I think it's time to talk about seduction as we are approaching Valentine's Day. The legendary chic à la française has a lot to do with the certainty that you will feel good and that you are not doing bad taste. And because you are confident, it also contributes to women empowerment. Pascal, would you elaborate on that very important topic?
Yes, chic à la française, high degree of comfort, high quality of material and of design, it's true. But I have to say, Alain, that there is also an after Me Too effect. Today, women are reappropriating their body. They buy lingerie for themselves and also to please themselves. They feel free to wear or not a bra, and they don't hesitate to play on different registers according to their need, to their desire, or to their state of mind. So that's what we wanted to show in the film with Mariana, our plus-size dancer, who through different lingerie outfits, hairstyle, and choreography expressed the several facets of her personality. And whatever her style of outfit, glamorous, trendy, sporty chic, basic, or neo-sexy, it was always the same Mariana. She was totally herself and totally confident. But today, the fact is that women want to feel confident with their lingerie at all levels. They want lingerie that fits their body, but also that suits their minds. And as for example, for what they eat, they feel more and more concerned of what they put on their skin and the effect on the planet. Reason why we can say that French lingerie is not just anymore a luxury industry, but also a committed industry. Don't you agree, Alain?
Certainly, Pascal, a good transition to our value related to sustainable respect. Lingerie française advocates a lingerie committed to the respect of all women, the respect of freedom to be, to appear, to think, and to act, respecting the planet with a sustainable and eco-responsible commitment, ethical values, corporate social responsibilities, biosourced material, circular economy. Respect for quality with durability of products over time, and societal respect with a commitment to causes that meaning. Pascal, really a key concern to develop.
Yeah, we should all be woman-friendly, we should all be eco-friendly, and we should all feel responsible. And things are going in that direction with the French lingerie, where ecology now rhymes with new reality and innovative creativity. In the film, nevertheless, we wanted to confer a poetic and playful dimension to this movement. Reason why, on each silhouette, we have mixed different shapes together in a kind of happy mess. Bra over bra, bottom over bottom, bra over body, etc. And we have mixed also vegetal pastel colors for a tutti, fruity, transparent layering effect. But beside that, what we wanted also to translate with those mix and matches is that women now, they dare and they love to play with their lingerie. They are not scared anymore to mix an organic cotton cheeky with a recycled lace bralette, or even to put a bra over a dress or over a shirt as a fashion accessory. because a bra is also a kind of jewel in itself. It's a little piece of high creation. What would you say about that, Alain?
Let's see what's behind the scene, what's behind this high French creation concept. Rigor and precision are the watchwords of French lingerie. The know-how of the workshop consists of designing and adjusting with millimeter precision 20 to 30 pieces that makes up a bra, plus a number of unsuspected yokes, reinforcement, tulle, lace, often tiny ribbons. The product development for brands is slow and complex, but necessary to offer an incredible variety of feel, weight, and support. And above all, a lingerie suitable for all women, whatever the size, from cup A to cup H and more. Pascal, as an artistic director, tell us more about this complexity.
Personally, Alain, I've always compared a bra to a little architecture in 3D. And as you said before, in the French lingerie, we have great stylists, pattern makers, seamstresses, engineers, and suppliers. There is still this feeling of craftsmanship in the product when you touch it and when you look at it. That's why in the film, we wanted also to make a kind of rendezvous with the work of the hand through the collaboration with the French artist Sébastien Préchou. So why this particular artist? Well, we chose him because Sébastien is used, both for his painting and its installation, to work with threads that he stretches in a very specific way. And for us, those threads evoke the incredible savoir-faire of all the embroiderers and lace makers who have been working for decades with the French lingerie brands and who still contribute to create exceptional products. So to conclude, I would say that this collaboration was also a way to show that French lingerie, beyond its innovation, continues to produce little arty pieces.
All right, well, thank you for these explanations. So indeed, we can say that our French lingerie brands really learned how to adapt their offer to women's modern expectations. I am now turning to our 4 brand representatives. Can you please share with us how your brand is evolving to offer new lines that meet these modern expectations and these new consumer habits? Arnold Perisonius from Louisa Bracq, do you want to start?
Sure. Well, to start with, we are the new kid on the block. We are present in the North American market now for almost 2 years. And currently for us, the most important thing is to show our heritage, which is a family-owned business with over 70 years of history in making embroideries for the big names in the industry. And still today, we have our embroidery workshop in Fontaine-au-Pier in the north of France. Creating bras and briefs is something we are doing since 14 years now. And currently the 6th generation Bracq, namely Mathieu Bracq, who's 28 years old, is our head of design. Of course, he builds on the family tradition, but he has an open eye for consumer expectations. We have introduced wireless bras in our seasonal collection. Bralettes are strong for us as well. And to differentiate our embroideries, we are adding more and more modern geometrical designs instead of the traditional flowers. And another interesting development is what we are doing with some of our full cup styles. It's a kind of trompe-l'œil, a 3-dimensional optical illusion. On the outside, it's a demi-bra, but on the inside, it's a regular 3-part full cup bra. Furthermore, we've improved our spacer bras and our molded cup bras because there's a demand for in the North American market. But as I said, we are the new kids on the block. So there's also still a lot to learn for us.
All right, thank you. Xavier Martin from Aubade, a few words?
Yes, of course. The comfort expectations are definitely changing, as mentioned. We are facing a huge demand in bralette bras, but bralette with true fitting. We just introduced this spring-summer a comfort bralette bra and also a padded triangle bralette which are definitely going up to the expectations with G-cup, and both are part of our permanent ranges, which is what US customers are expecting. Loungewear is also very demanded, and we have a new elegant model range with a soft inclusive feel called Sweet Bliss, also alongside the silk range that we are usually providing to our clients. And finally, we are expanding our size offer with more and more G-cups and small bags expectations that we get from everywhere. Alongside, you need to have, and that was mentioned by Alain, the sustainability. It's a true challenge for the bra industry for high-end products that we develop, but we managed to make a first range with a 100% recycled embroidery, which is going to be available in the new autumn-winter collection. It's called Soft Essence. And we already actually managed it with the swimwear collection that is available now in the boutiques with the recycled fabrics. And then Aubade is very keen on the modernity. Our fashion ranges are definitely linked to a lot of fashion names and a collaboration. And this year we are very, very happy to announce that we are having a collaboration with Karl Lagerfeld Maison, which will be highlighting the French spirit and obviously the Parisian style of the creation.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Josiane Le Duron, sorry. What about Empreinte Lingerie?
Well, first of all, thank you for this beautiful film that showcases so well the values of French lingerie. To answer your question, for Empreinte, our mission is the starting point of everything. So for 75 years, that mission has been to liberate women, self-confidence, and help them feel comfortable with their bodies through high-quality corsetry, combining unique support and French elegance. For us, everyone has a right to feel beautiful and relaxed. And sometimes it just takes a pretty neckline and a delicate lace to find self-confidence and self-esteem. And our lingerie finally gives women that ultimate freedom, the freedom to be herself, no matter her cup size. And to achieve this feeling of freedom, we believe a perfect fit is key. The Empreinte unique fit is a combination of a meticulous focus on quality combined with exceptional materials and fabrics. And on another note, to meet the consumer habits, Empreinte has been innovating and developing for several years an expertise in invisible lingerie and created a dedicated range of seamless bras called Revolution. The laces and the embroideries are molding in a unique way that combines ultimate comfort and aesthetics. Then there is, of course, the activewear trend that the pandemic brought even more on the forefront. And this trend has become so much a part of our lives that Empreinte included in its offer a range of sport chic lingerie called Impulse to meet this demand. And this range offers innovative and performing items infused with French elegance, which falls in line with this slow bra trend, this quest for freedom through bras that are so light and comfortable that you forget about them. And lately, also, we saw a rise in demand for garments combining comfort and seduction, meaning the desire to feel at ease in your homeware, in your lingerie, while displaying some elegance and a taste for seduction. And this translated for us in the successful launch of a bodysuit in our iconic range Cassiope, as well as the launch of a lingerie set with a pair of trousers and a top made out of luxurious velvet and ultra soft lurex in a range called Allure. And our collections are expanding with new pieces that respond to this desire to feel good at home while treating oneself. And you can see an illustration of that in our Fall Winter 21 collection with a new design of ultra comfortable shorts. And lastly, when it comes to durability, Empreinte designed collections of garments that are made to last, thanks to the careful selection of the best craftsmanship to be found in Europe for the laces, the embroideries, and any piece that comes into the creation of a lingerie.
All right, thank you, Josiane. Finally, Sandra Jones, what about Lise Charmel?
Well, first of all, thank you for this invitation and your continuing support with promoting French lingerie globally and this quite forward-thinking movie. So I wanted to point that out. The Lise Charmel group has always been fueled by the perspective of the trends of fashion, the evolution of lifestyle, and also the major artistic movement. It always has been based on innovative and constantly renewed creation, while of course remaining true to their and consistent to the brand's strong identity. So our leaders have always favored change and modernity, and in light of all of our brands, we always constantly pick up what's happening out there. So from a creative point of view, our unique savoir-faire, our expertise have always been integrated with the design team in-house to closely monitor the trend and the fashion, but also the movement out there and the consumers' habits and desires. Among a few competitive advantages of the Maison Lejaby is the creation and judicious use of incredible materials, artistic but also technical, that everything plays a decisive role in the production. Lise Charmel is constitute a specific knowledge concerning the most specific embroidery, the finest guipure, and the most nuanced print. This mastery of material contributes to the ability to anticipate and release all new and innovative product. In that regard, I feel like the group has always been ahead of its time, as we've always luxury has always been inclusive on our hands. We've always proposed sizing up to age cup in our luxury lines. We do not have control obsolescence. The beauty of our materials, all sourced from very specific and exclusive designers, details are meant to be cherished and to keep forever, such as couture piece. And in that respect, of course, it calls for durability. The more you keep your product, the more you save it, the planet in a way. So the inclusivity and the comfort and the longevities have always been core to the group for many years in our process. But that being said, it doesn't mean that we can't improve, and we are continuing our improvement this season, specifically with a lot of environment-friendly approach. We use transfer print for a lot of our exclusive prints for our new collections in the spring that we launched. We are launching also a new collection called Guipure or Fèvre, which is organically farmed cotton that is respecting many standards such as OCS and GOTS, with specific label to inform always our consumers. We are, of course, integrating the demand for non-wire bra in each collection now. So bralette and non-wire bra, we have include that for several seasons now in our very iconic silk collection, Splendeur Soie. And this season, we also launched a very specific stretch lace that is extremely soft, like a second skin effect, really beautiful, and always to encourage women to feel very comfortable while having an incredible fit. So, and lastly, I would say with the rise of the stay-at-home confinement, many demands for loungewear. And so we are integrating more so a product that offers and can transit from day to night, indoor, outdoor, with great versatility and high values. So I feel like this is the way to go for a few years to come.
Mm-hmm. I think you're right. Thank you. Now, the topic nobody wants to talk about, the
Yeah.
economic situation. Monsieur de Rodelec, this unprecedented period has, of course, a very difficult economic impact. Could you please provide an overview of Lingerie FranÄ's key figures?
Yes, Laura, I will be sincere and honest with this topic. But when I listened to what the brand, just said about the way they address the challenger, the way they are innovative on the market, the way they bring and they address the women needs, I'm extremely optimistic for the future. It's worth saying that the North American market has always been ranking very high in the performance of the French brand since many years. And we have to know that more than 50% of the business of the French brand is outside France. So we are extremely good internationally, bringing this expertise everywhere. Easy to say that the last figures, official figures we have, are those from 2019, and we could see a growth of around 3% of our exports compared to the year 2018. Yeah, fine, fair enough. But as you mentioned, 2020 has brought, a bit of uncertainty, and certainly we will see something like a double-digit decrease following in that sense all the textile industry. So nothing really special for lingerie. This is a difficult time to go through, but as was said before, all the brands took this difficult time, the opportunity, to innovate more and more, and we have the resources to bounce back, and we are all extremely optimistic when everything will be behind us. So yes, it's difficult, but yes, we will grow again in the coming months and years.
All right, thank you. So in summary, we can say that adaptation and agility were the keywords in 2020. So I'm now turning again to our brand representatives. According to you, how did your brand face this crisis? Did you implement new tools? How did you manage to keep exchanging and communicating with your buyers across the globe? Josiane, would you like to start?
Yes, for sure. Since the beginning of the crisis, so the company Empreinte remained fully open. And when it all started, it became clear that, we had to support our partners and customers. And as you said, communication and flexibility have been crucial in those troubled times. And creativity, of course, was also needed to reinvent the way to show our collections from a distance and still give our partners, the best experience to discover and feel so they could make the best decisions for their store. And in order to do that, we developed our own digital platform and made video calls part of our daily routine, like everyone. And so discovering a collection through a screen, feel fabric swatches in hand, that was an innovative way to present the collection that greatly appealed to the customers we could not meet in person. So this is our second time around, and we are constantly improving this new buying experience. And of course, maintaining contact was not only keeping in touch with buyers, but also checking on people who were hit by the pandemic on both professional, but on a personal level too. So we felt it was important to keep that communication. And I would say finally, Empreinte is a brand where most collections are permanent. So you could say the opposite of fast fashion. And our partners know that there is a strong customer loyalty. Therefore, for the latest collections that we launched, we decided to focus on newness that is reassuring and really centered on the absolute bestsellers, making them a safe choice for the stores. And yes, finally, our team is still really dedicated to continue assisting the stores in the best way possible to make it through this crisis.
Thank you. Xavier Martin from Aubade, a few words?
Yes, yeah, of course. Well, to be honest and truly, I mean, all of us, we have faced huge challenges on many aspects during the crisis, and this is not over yet. First of all, the supply chain, which is the raw material supply, the product development, or even the forecasting for the products. Human organization, how can we stay efficient and make the team work properly when we are not working from office, from home many times? And one thing that is obviously very disappointing to a certain extent is that we couldn't travel and meet our retailers, we couldn't meet our buyers, and we don't know how the markets are today from our French basis. And this is something that is obviously something which is a constraint today. But of course we had to adapt, and we managed, and this is now opportunities that we are also facing. In Aubade, we definitely had the ability to strengthen the partnerships that we have established in the past with our best European suppliers, embroidery, lace, all the raw material parts. And the crisis actually made us stick together. And that's, I think, a very good aspect. We also have a local Mediterranean manufacturing approach that we implemented long ago and now is strengthened again. And this is the right one that permitted us to perform well through the crisis. We also have been able to keep developing new products and keep providing things which were obviously highlighting the savoir-faire, the know-how of the French lingerie all over the world. And we want to stay consistent and give a sufficient new offer. And what we learned a lot through the crisis is to be more flexible on the day-to-day management with everybody in the company and with the market players. And I think it's something that has proved ourselves being really fresh, new, and adaptable in these circumstances. In terms of tools, in order to speak to buyers, to retailers, obviously we have developed digital tools. We have line sheets that are interactive, and all the representatives can use them on a shared screen during a digital presentation, and that permits them to manage positively the commercial business. We have also made movies in order to show the products in the best likely way. And we, of course, have also adapted our B2B tool so that clients can actually make a display order on the B2B tool for the first time. But also we keep communicating with all the partners we have worldwide, with newsletters, of course with communication via video conference on a day-to-day basis. And also we made also a brand movie called Aubade Inside that we presented just before the Lingerie Connect and now Curve Connect, which is obviously something that pleased a lot of our clients. And we hope that we can keep developing those in order to communicate and keep the link open with all the retailers.
All right, thank you. Sandra Jones from Lise Charmel.
Yes, well, despite this dramatic change that the world has experienced in the last year and so, our group, unfortunately, had already been tested before the COVID through a previous challenge when we faced a major cyber attack that just a few months before COVID. So the outcome of such attack gave the company the capacity to test its resiliency and react quickly to the challenge. So the silver lining, I guess, in that was that our team was clearly strengthened and through this hardship and was ready to respond quite swiftly to the COVID. So we've kept the core team of executive active. We stayed open. The strengths of the group is that it really control from inceptions or the creations of the product, the productions, the distribution. And so we were quickly able to adapt to the demand, our productions from fashion to more iconic product and more basic product and core value of the group. So that was really a very important part of our adjustment. And then we were able to adapt to new delivery schedule, ultimately work on new offer that would be quickly available to respond to the demand of our customers. We stayed also in constant contact with all our clients across the globe. We offer them as much support in terms of government procedures and financial possibilities for them. Excuse me. And we made sure that we were with them along the way, giving them what they needed. Of course, we had to adapt, like many other brands, digitally with, you know, so many different tools. We also launched during this time the B2B platform that's quite efficient and was able to be close to the consumer when often they were alone in their store. So we wanted to make this experience very seamless for them. So the B2B was launched in France and is soon to be launched in North America this year. So we're very proud of the team rebounded and was able to accelerate in a way, you know, that the market imposed at that time. So the challenges keep on going.
All right. Finally, Arnold Perisonius for Louisa Bracq.
Yes. Well, according to our customers, we were among the first to connect with them during the first wave of COVID. We tried to tailor-make our support. In the first line of response were our agents worldwide, and we asked them to connect with their customers using all the tools we have at our disposal these days, ranking from email, phone, Zoom, Skype, and so on. We shared the initiatives of the bold and the creative retailers among our retailers, and we encouraged others to not lose faith. I was impressed by the way many US retailers in particular were facing the challenges. They were so creative and strong, and watching them during the first webinars organized by Curve was at sometimes even emotional. We helped our retailers by doing the obvious, ranging from delaying deliveries to payment arrangements. We continue doing this kind of things, and for the coming year, we also decided to offer one of our top sellers, the Julia, in the full cup model with a considerably higher margin while maintaining the original RRP. The absence of trade shows moved us also in the video direction, and next to a seasonal video with product information given by Mathieu, we also created a video for our permanent ranges where Mathieu explains the fit and other key features of the bras. This is a video that stores also can use in their stores. Having said this all, it cannot replace the inspiration and the buzz that trade shows and especially Curve create for a new and relatively young brand as Louisa Bracq.
All right. Thank you. Thank you to the four of you. So it's now time to look at the chat and see if we have any questions. We do have a lot of congratulations, so thank you. It means a lot to us. And I see a question that I think Alain is going to answer. So it says, good morning, everyone. I was wondering, what are you preparing for us soon? The end of the film says more to come, but we are curious to know what it will be.
It's a bit of a secret. No, seriously. As you could see at the end of the film, all the models are gathering in a theater and preparing, or there are also dancers and preparing a real show for next year. Initially, as I said in the beginning, it was designed to be a real show, as we did in the past, with a different concept, not only a défilé, but more a performance to see all, to better present all the features of the French lingerie, its know-how, and its values. So what we had in mind is to have this physical show. We could not do it. So we imagined this film to prepare the next step, which will be in 2022, hopefully live in a beautiful place in Paris as before, and with a real performance, with everything real. So that's what we have in mind for the future. So keep on working on this concept, which is extremely successful and very much loved by our partners, journalists, bloggers, and all the people who are accompanying us on the communication of the French lingerie.
All right, exciting. There's another question. So it must have been challenging to shoot this short film during a pandemic in Paris. Can you please give us some details? Pascal or Alain?
Yes, indeed, Laura, it was rather special because we did it during the second lockdown, and Paris was empty and everything was closed. But at the same time, it was very exciting because we were surrounded by a great team, very motivated, very creative. There was, for example, the work of David and Gauthier, the two directors, specialized in the latest XR technology and special 3D effect, which was really fascinating. We had the impression in the studio with all their sci-fi effect to be in another world. And there was also the presence of Cathy Emachua, the choreographer, who was training all the time the dancer between the shooting, and at the end of the day, all the team was dancing. So there was a kind of party atmosphere, which was quite nice. And personally, I must say that for me, it was a great pleasure also to work with all this beautiful creation of the several brands. So it was very nice at the end to do that, even if it was the lockdown.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Pascal. Okay, so if there are no more questions, it's time for us to say farewell. We truly hope that you enjoyed this presentation and that you will assist us in amplifying this Rendezvous short film. You can watch the film again and again and again on the website of Lingerie FranÃ. And our team and our PR agency are available to answer your questions. The contacts are available on the screen right now. Merci. Thank you for your presence. Thank you all. Au revoir.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.